Throughout this course in interpersonal communication, I've learned a lot about what kind of communicator I am. For instance, I'm pretty good at adapting the way I communicate with others. I'm going to communicate differently in an interview for a job than I would while having a conversation with my best friend. Throughout this course, I've also realized that each culture is different in the way that they communicate as well. Some cultures like to be up close and personal, while others like their distance. This course has helped me realize that not everyone communicates the same. For instance, my brother likes to get straight to the point when you're talking to him. I like to take my time and go in depth with my explanation. Ever since learning what type of communicator my brother is, I now know to get straight to the point. This course has also helped strengthen my relationships with my friends and family because I've realized that not everyone is the same. Like I've mentioned, adapting a conversation has always been easy for me, but now that I'm aware that everyone communicates differently, I find it even easier to adapt how I communicate. Before I took this course, I was never good at handling my emotions. I would act on my first thought. Most of the time when I would act on my first thought, it never ended well. Then this course taught me to rethink how I was going to handle the situation and wait before I act. In my future career as a physician's manager, I tend to deal with people from all different backgrounds. Just to give a little insight, my major is health services management. With that being said, I will never know who to expect to walk through my office one day. I could be dealing with people from across the world or within our country. I will also have to deal with multiple types of conflict and learn how to solve those. Each case that I will work on will be different from the last. Not only will I be working with patients, but employees as well. With my position, I expect to see employees coming to me with conflicts that they might have with their coworkers. I will have to know how to deal with their conflicts, and because of this course, I have the knowledge of how to resolve it. In my future relationships, I will now know how to better communicate. In Chapter 8, it explains how to deal with your emotions, to recognize what you're feeling, choosing the best language, sharing multiple feelings, etc., helps you analyze your emotion in order to approach the situation in the right manner. I believe this will help all of my relationships, knowing which steps to take when dealing with my emotions. I think those steps will most benefit me when I end up getting married one day and see my husband every day. This semester has taught me so much about communicating that it could truly help make a difference in the world. This course breaks down every aspect of communication. It started with the internal process of communication, basically going step by step of how communicating works. At the end of the semester, we ended with managing conflict. Every chapter in between those two would just build off of one another to prepare us for the next step in becoming better communicators. These communication skills could help us in any situation. May it be just a conversation with a friend or a speech you have to give for work. I've learned to be more aware of how I respond and how to listen better. If it weren't for this class, I wouldn't have known all there is to know about communicating. Thank you, Mr. Mike.